Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Philip. Today, we're going to be talking about The Bear. Not the latest season, but an episode in season 2 called Fishes. Because much of The Bear is about the interaction between the characters. And this episode gives us a picture about how family dynamics and our past impact our relationships right now. Whether we're talking about friends, family, or work. Let's get to it.
I want to ask them.
It's that thing, ask somebody if they're okay, they immediately start thinking they're not acting okay. And that immediately makes them start not acting okay.
No one can make anyone else act a certain way.
Okay.
You remember last year? And the year before?
Yeah.
So I'm not crazy.
Nobody thinks you're crazy. Nobody's saying that.
Well, she is.
Yeah, she's out of her mind.
And here I am, just in the middle, because you, Carmie.
Okay, so then just, let us handle it.
You won't handle it.
No, we won't exactly. That's my point.
Christmas, we're told, one of the most joyous times of the year, yet the amount of arguments, disagreements, and just general fighting during this time because everyone has different expectations. And that pressure for it to be great gets in the way of actually connecting to people. As you just saw, Mikey's telling his sister not to say anything, keep everything quiet. And this is the way that mental health has always been seen in our society up until this point, which is just don't talk about it. Everything is fine. I'll sort it out, which means I'm not going to say anything or do anything. And let that person who might need help just spin out of control. This is why mental health is so much more on our agenda now, because we're starting to see that being quiet doesn't help anything. In fact, everyone else ends up feeling anxious, tense, and stressed. As you can see, she's standing outside on her own having a cigarette. By not saying anything and not talking to the person that might need help, you end up just staying in the same position, which is feeling anxious and stressed.
I'm spilling shit everywhere, and I'm behind on the lobster. So I have a question. His cousin, Michelle's friend, Steven, is he gay?
Is who gay? Ma, why are you doing this seven fishes thing? Nobody ever eats this
No,
shit.
Steven, is he gay? I mean, he seems kind of gay. He's arty, and I mean, I love him and everything, but he's gay, I think. And it's tradition.
It's tradition that he's gay?
No, the seven fishes. What the f*** do you think I've been doing this morning for?
Okay, come on, hey. How can I help?
You can,
I mean, here's the pressure again. She has to cook, clean, she's got the 7 fishes to do, whatever that is. It's this expectation of tradition that's a beautiful thing, yet the amount of pressure that's on her to make sure that everything is perfect. Again, you can see she doesn't look like she's having a good Christmas. She's got a cigarette in her mouth, she's got a glass of alcohol in the other hand, whilst also trying to maintain and make sure Christmas is perfect for everyone. Just think about how unfair that is, that everyone else gets to smile, laugh, and enjoy themselves, yet she's slaving away in the kitchen to get a perfect meal together for everyone, but at the consequence of seemingly her not only time but happiness too.
Hey,
Are you good? Yeah, we're good. Hey, can you grab some paper towels from the garage?
I didn't just grab a towel.
What's up?
It's like, what are you doing?
Mike.
You're like a grown man. Why are you looking for a fucking skate?
Got a little side.
Do me a favor. Go get some ice from the garage. On it.
Okay, what was I
Say
saying?
less.
Wait. Where's the cake? Where's the
It's
cake?
just defrosting, Ma. It's fine.
Why don't you let him help you? It's
Okay.
like all he fucking does. He's great.
What was that? What was that? Like that was a shot or?
Well, he is helping me. Back
Is
off.
that a shot?
Well, yeah. I'm the guy that does food. You're the guy that what? You start 100 different businesses and have zero follow.
Carmen, I need you to check the Benzino.
I feel like that was a shot, Carm.
I'm saying this is why I didn't want to come home. This is why.
Oh, you.
What?
Would you say that?
Having arguments already because Carmen isn't able to be free to be himself. There's an expectation that he has to conform to everyone else. You can't call people out on what they've done. Everything has to be perfect. Again, this pressure of perfection, I'm going to be saying a lot because whether it's in day-to-day life or at Christmas, it's just heightened. Everyone has to be happy and everyone has to be loving, and you can't bring anything up which is an issue. As we saw right at the start, be quiet with mum, let her do her thing. But it just makes things worse. And again, Carmen is trying his best to be free to say what he wants to his family, yet he's being told no and everyone is in uproar that he should say anything.
I love you.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
okay.
So happy the bear's home.
Yes, I'm happy. Come here. I am happy.
Yeah.
Happy. It's nice he's back. We get him only once a year. Fancy for us. Okay, Carmen, I need you to pay attention.
Yeah.
All right? No, come here.
What?
So when that timer goes off,
Uh-huh.
I need you to remember to put the Rockefellers in and take out the artichokes, which leaves an open oven. Stop doing something and just
Okay,
listen.
all right, I hear you.
What was I saying?
What? You were saying we got to free up one of the slots in the oven, right?
Oven
Yes.
slots.
I can see why Carmie goes into himself, because anytime he says anything, everyone's just jumping on him. He's just been put in a position of being essentially a kid. It feels that throughout Carmie's life, he's never been given that sense of empowerment and that encouragement and trust that he is good as he is. He's always been expected to be the way that everyone else is, but yet he's winning at being such a great chef. Yet he's been told how to cook.
Are we out of Sprite?
We don't have Sprite.
We don't have Sprite?
My timers are going
No,
off.
I know. It's
need
fine.
you.
No. I'm gonna make it. It's fine.
Oh, you're
Gonna make?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make Sprite?
Yeah, I'm gonna make fucking Sprite. Yeah.
Are you fucking pop machine?
Yeah, I'm a fucking pop machine.
He's trying to help and he's being told that he's wrong. Again, another example of him being downtrodden, not being respected, not being appreciated for being a great chef. That's his job. That's what he does. He makes Sprite. He makes great food. He knows what to do, yet everyone just sees him as, I don't know, again, a child. And this is something that's really present in our dynamics, which is the way that we're seen is based on a snapshot from someone's life. So our parents see us always as their children. Work colleagues, friends, we end up being expected to be the way that we were when we were a kid or when we knew that person. And people don't understand that we've grown, we've changed. And as a result, we deserve the respect for knowing how to make Sprite, for being a different version of ourselves. But there's something that happens in us all, which is we don't trust that someone has changed. We always see them as that way that we knew them years ago.
There's sevens all over the Bible. You get sacraments, virtues, days, guilt probably, making people feel like shit, holding everything in and then letting it out inappropriately, raging, shouting, screaming, making scenes, all the Italian classics. So you're not Italian.
That is exactly what is going on in this whole episode. Everyone's just keeping it in, everyone's stewing, and then you get these rage responses, a flash of uncontrolled emotion that just comes out, again, in a rage response, which misses the mark, but it's just a way of us expressing ourselves when we feel so stuck.
Oh, we saw Claire Bear.
You see?
Carmen. On the weekends, this woman teaches CPR to differently abled college kids.
Yeah, is that like fat? Like Neil?
She's a deeply good person. I can see why you're in love with her.
I'm not in love
No
with
one's
her.
listening.
That's what I'm saying.
They said you
Where
were
did you guys get this from? That I'm in love
Because
with
you
her.
had all those drawings.
That's what I'm talking about, though. That's what I'm talking about. You give me a hard time about it. You give me a fucking hard time about it. No, it's because you're. Oh my God. Touch me, man.
Your brother handled it.
I can really get a picture about why Carmen is the way he is, why he wants to go away and just not speak to anyone when he's feeling any sense of tension or stress, because he has 3 or 4 people around him barking at him, telling him that they've done a great thing for him. He never asked for it. No one even asked him if they should contact Claire Bear. Again, there's 4 of them talking up to him all at the same time. No one's asking him what he wants. Retracting into yourself is a classic example of being put in positions of essentially disempowerment over and over again. And the only way to feel empowered is to do things on your own. But it has a negative impact, because how are you ever going to connect to anyone, trust anyone, or just live with anyone if you're always scared of people telling you who to be, how to be, and what your worth is?
We're out of Sprite, but Carmie made this for you.
What do you mean you made it for me?
He made it for you. He's like a goddamn pop machine, this guy. He's a weird little dude.
Why is passion always seen as being weird? That intensity gets lost on people. In order to be great at anything, you need to have that intensity. Does that make you weird? I'm not so sure. And to be passionate means you're more likely to succeed, because you're going to get involved in something, you're going to know how it works, and then you can share it with the world.
Do you think that she'll like us?
I hope so.
I would too.
Just gotta not be like our parents,
Well, you're not like a psycho vampire
Alcoholic,
bitch. Like,
vindictive.
no offense,
No,
but
it's accurate.
I'm actually here.
So that's a start.
Another example of pressure. The pressure to be the best parent you can be, especially with your first child. You've got all these hopes and dreams, and you want to make sure that you don't follow in the same footsteps as your own parents. And in that silence, you could really see how they were able to connect to their emotions. And he's just going to go back downstairs now into the chaos of what families maybe are all about, which is that sense of connection, but never in the perfect way. And if you're looking for that perfection, you're never going to get it. So it's better to have an understanding of both ways. Have the way that you want to be, but also be okay with things being a little bit messy around the edges.
The job.
Oh, the job from earlier.
Come on, don't be an asshole. Come on, I'm being real with you.
Oh, okay, in that case, I gotta put on my real face.
So shoot. All right, be at the beef every day. That makes sense, right? I feel like I'm wasting potential.
What kind of potential?
I don't know, but I'm good with people. I don't really have an outlet for that, though. I'm not asking you for money. I want to learn. If you teach me, I will learn, and you can trust me.
You want me to teach you things?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, business stuff. What do you think about it?
Maybe.
You're a good kid.
Come on, he's trying his best here. He's desperate. He's got a kid on the way. He doesn't want to be working, doing the same job. And he's asking this person who he knows has the power to give him a job and to teach him something. He's trying to be humble. He's trying to help me. He's just playing dumb to give himself a sense of, a kick. To say, yeah, I have the power. I'm rich. I'm successful. I know what to do. And this desperate person has come to me. And rather than embrace them, he's just been essentially kicked to the curb. Being told, yeah, I'll think about it. He's leveraging that power. And, Cousins is another example of him not being included in the family. Him just being subservient to everyone else's needs. It's not fair. I mean, if anyone comes to you looking for help, at least hear them out. At least try your best to help.
Mom, can I help, please? Can I take...
No, honey, I don't want to have to explain to everyone why I call you sugar again.
Everybody knows why I read.
By the way, I do not know the story.
Oh, because she
I
added
a cup of sugar
instead of a cup of salt, and then the gravy tasted like Hawaiian punch.
I'm so glad we had this time together. Now I know.
Just over and over again, reliving that failure. She tried her best. It didn't work out. She put sugar instead of salt. But to be labelled as the sugar girl because she did that how many X amount of years ago, it's just not fair. It's just, again, being put in a position of disempowerment. And you can just see how people are leveraging their power over and over again in order to make other people feel like rubbish. What impact is that going to have outside of this family? Throughout their lives, they're always going to be feeling like they're a failure. They don't know what they're doing, that they're wrong. And that's not right for anyone to put that pressure, that burden on anyone else.
I thought when I was back, I could work with you, right? At the spa. And we could talk about the shop, because I've been learning a lot of shit. And I don't know, I feel like I got some ideas.
Yeah, look, this place is no good, Carmie. It's a nightmare. Like, trust me, I'm doing you a favor. I'd love to hear your ideas. Oh, Carmie, that's
It's like a little bit rough, but I don't know. It's something.
No, man, it's beautiful. It's perfect.
Yeah, Mike, we could do this, you know?
Yeah. All right.
In that exchange, they're having a tender moment, but in the background, you can hear their mother shouting and screaming and swearing. And it's a reminder of we can try and break free from our upbringing or from those automatic behaviours, the way that we just interact with the world. Yet, we have to be cognizant and understanding that there's always that track playing in the background, reminding us of who we are. And that doesn't mean we can't change, but we have to understand that still does play a part in our lives and the implications of.
I got it. Look, I'm getting it right now. I'm just gonna go upstairs and get Dad's gun out of my drawer, and I think I'm just gonna blow my brains out, and then you guys can make dinner, because I don't think anyone would miss me. No, yes, you can. You can finish dinner. You won't miss me.
That's a sign of abuse where her daughter is saying, you're okay, pleading with her that everything should be okay because she's so unpredictable. And as a result of that, she's always living in the shadow of her mother, of that anger, of that just randomness, of her instability, because she's not accepting any help, but she's expecting everyone to lift a finger and help her. And then she's getting angry that people aren't helping. But as soon as someone walks in, she's telling them to go away or do something else. The point is that she's putting people in no-win scenarios where they don't know how to be. I mean, you saw her on her hands and knees trying to help. She's making herself feel like she's empowered by being this victim of being downtrodden and not being respected. But yet, by doing that, she's making everyone else feel like a victim. It feels like she wants to be rescued. It feels like she wants someone to come over and say, I will help you. But she's not giving them permission to do it. So she's always going to be in this scenario. And everyone has to pick up the pieces for her. And she's never going to be happy. And as a result, no one around her will feel safe. Natalie's been expected to be her mother's saviour. All the responsibility, yet none of the power to do anything about it. This is a clear sign of parentification, where the child is being expected to grow up instantly, just like that, and be the adult in that relationship. Yet, the parent or the mother gets to act like a child, but has all the power to stay in that position. It's putting her daughter in an impossible situation where she's still being referred to as sugar, yet she's being expected to be the adult.
You know, like we're in a foreign land, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you can't read shit because it's all like a different alphabet. You can't like understand shit. We just know we got to get to a ATM, you know? We got to.
I've heard this story a million times.
Sorry?
The story.
Yeah, what?
We've heard it a million times.
We have to find an ATM.
You sold the car, and then at the end, you find the horse.
Good for you, Lee. That's great. You're like a real genuine asshole.
Because they cut off the story that you've told a million times. Why don't you finish a business plan?
All right, that's
Where's
enough.
that tomato?
You see how he feels comfortable telling the same story over and over again, acting in the same way, because it gives him that buzz, that excitement, that sense of self-esteem. But it's something that's uncomfortable, something he doesn't know. He stops himself from doing it. He's procrastinating. And I think that character is correct in saying, stop telling the stories, stop acting in the same way, and do the thing you're meant to be doing. And as I said earlier, Mikey had something in the back of his head that he's not doing. He doesn't feel comfortable, confident to do that. So he has to take other people's confidence and take that power and that attention away from others, because he knows, really, he's been procrastinating over something and it's letting himself and other people down.
Hey, Beverly, come on, let's sit, okay?
Hey,
Dinner's
no way,
ready,
Carmie!
Hey,
What's up, brother?
hey, whoa, what is that? What is that?
Don't tell him.
What do you mean don't tell?
It's nothing. It's nothing. Stevie, what is that? What is it?
You're going to be upset, but his heart was in the right place, Carm.
It's a tuna casserole.
It's 7 fishes.
I know.
Pete,
They didn't
this
communicate.
would make 8 fishes. That would make us assholes,
I
right?
told him that.
Swing and a
Why are you
miss.
doing this to me?
Okay,
Don't fucking see it. Don't let her fucking see it.
We have to talk about the pressure that the mother is putting on everyone, because even though she's not in the room, people say, don't mention it to her that you've cooked another fish, because it's going to put her into a tailspin. By having someone abusive in your life, or even around you, it means that you're always thinking of that person. You're not able to say thank you for your kind gifts. You're thinking, well, I have to make sure that the person isn't going to get upset. By having someone abusive in your life, you're always having to second guess everything. Not just what you're doing, but what other people are doing too. What you're going to tell them, what you're not going to tell them. The mother is cooking the 7 fish. And the thought of someone bringing in an 8th fish, out of the goodness of their heart, by the way, is so overwhelmingly painful for everyone that they told him not to even mention it.
I have this idea, and I just wonder if maybe you'd be open to it.
What's up?
Like for your own good.
What is it?
You want to come stay with me for like a couple of days in New York? Just like get the out of here.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's really important for you to keep your head in the game. You know, stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, no, I'd like that.
I'm gonna kind of hold you to it, Carm.
Yeah?
Yeah. This isn't good for your head. It's not good for anyone's head, but it's really not good for yours.
It's so nice to see someone looking after Carmen and saying, this isn't good for you. You need to step out of this environment so that you can thrive and flourish, so you can come into your own. And Carmen's uncomfortable because he's not used to putting himself first and looking after himself. It feels like his life has always been in consequence of everyone else. Whoever's the loudest wins. And it feels like he's pretty quiet, just getting on with his own life. And when someone points the lens at him and wants to look after him, I'm not sure he's ready.
That's not true. We all love you so much.
I had to beg you to come.
I'm happy to be here. I know. Everybody really appreciates it too.
It's hard.
What's hard? What's hard, Mom? What is it?
I make things beautiful for them. And no one makes things beautiful for me.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna sit down now. Why don't you give me your hand?
No,
We'll go sit.
no,
Go sit.
okay.
Come on, Mom. Come on.
I'll go in a minute.
Again, another example of saying that she needs help, but leave me alone because I'm not going to take it. And I can't help but feel that Carmen is feeling the same way that she is, which is that he's trying to help everyone and trying to make his own way in the world. Well, how is he ever going to feel that sense of love and appreciation for anything because no one's giving him the space to be himself?
Don't get it.
Oh, I know the answer. Well, it's biblical, okay? The 7 fishes and also by the manger, right? There's Dutch oven potatoes that burned the living shit out of me earlier.
Oh,
Whoa.
You just throw a fork at me?
I did. That's the thing, Lacey, because you see what you did, right? You already did that. You remember you already bitched about the Dutch oven. You see, you did that before.
Michael.
I need
Please,
to borrow it.
please.
I just need to borrow for
Please,
1 second.
Mikey,
Hey,
please.
Lee.
Michael.
I'm just gonna borrow it for a second. I just need it for 1 second.
Come on, dude.
I mean, it's just another example of Mikey trying to flex, trying to show that he's the man and that no one else can outshine him. And he's throwing forks at people, trying his best to say, I have the power, I can do whatever I want. And people are uncomfortable, you can see that, but he doesn't care. It's more important that he feels empowered and in control, and everyone else is in fear of him. And just think, how terrible is that? It's at Christmas. People have come there to show their appreciation and to break bread and to connect with each other. Yet, he's a bully. In order to make him feel good in that moment, he's making other people feel scared, embarrassed, and downtrodden.
With your big fucking mouth, throw it. Go ahead, throw it. You fucking animal. Throw it. Yeah, make it about you. Make Christmas about you. Go ahead, you're such a tough guy. Throw the fucking fork. You are nothing. You're nothing.
You can see the sadness in Mikey's eyes. A common theme you find is that anger is hiding that sense of sadness. Because if you're sad, you feel debilitated. There's nothing you can do apart from cry. So anger comes in to try to protect you. And in that situation, you can see that Mikey is looking for protection. He's looking at making himself feel good when he knows in his life his restaurant isn't doing too well. He's living at home with his mum. He hasn't got any money. So therefore, he's using and flexing with anger to make himself feel better. But everyone else is in a position of disempowerment. It's interesting, isn't it? Because Carmen's come in and he's trying his best to make the restaurant better by having a different menu and trying his best to be the best chef he can be, trying to break that cycle. And that's so important for people to do, which is to see everything that everyone else is expecting you to be. And if it's not working for them or you, let's change it. Let's do something different. She looks like she's about to explode.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, Natalie. Rose Brasato. Do you know how much I fucking hate when you ask me that? Do you know how much I fucking hate
Let's go.
that you ask me that? Okay. This is beautiful. Am I okay? Am I okay? Fuck.
Do you see again how Natalie is trying her best to look after her mother, but she's been put in an impossible situation? She can see her mother isn't okay. She's crying at the table, yet when she says, "Are you okay?" her mother erupts in a fit of rage. Again, the anger looks like it's protecting her from something. And from my point of view, I'd want to get underneath the anger and understand that sadness and that feeling of melancholy, which the anger is trying to protect her from feeling. Whoa! Oh, you can see that she has a wry smile on her face. Okay, she smashed the house apart, but she took control. All the attention went on her. And for the first time in the episode, she was able to not do anything apart from sit down and be looked after. Can you see the consequences of not looking after yourself? Okay, she created the 7 fishes, she did the whole menu, but she's miserable. Everyone else is so uptight and anxious, and the impact that that'll have, not just in that moment, but throughout these people's lives. Can you see how rage is so present in that whole episode? It's a reaction to that feeling of such tight emotion that we feel unable to control or deal with, and it comes out in a way. And this rage response isn't just in terms of anger. Crying is a rage response. Uncontrollable laughter is a rage response. Also, going out and doing things which you know don't help you. But in that moment, they feel so right because you're using all that pent-up emotion in order to get an end result. Can you see how not dealing with your emotions makes you miserable and stuck, but also impacts everyone? Whether it's your kids, your family, your friends, everyone suffers as a result. So it's so important to make sure that you're dealing with your emotions in an adequate way. Look, that's how we're going to leave this episode. I mean, it's an unbelievable episode. It feels for 10 minutes, yet it's probably one of the longest episodes of The Bear, because you can see how it's so uptight. Everyone is not knowing what their place is. They're trying to minimize the amount of pressure and tension. If there's anything you feel I've missed, why don't you share with me in the comments and I can try and fill in and do another reaction to this episode. And if you haven't watched The Bear, make sure you watch the whole thing because it's such an impactful series which shows you how intense it can be working in the kitchen. But more than that, how not dealing with your emotions and your thoughts impacts your life. Friends, family, work, everything. And if you haven't already, remember to like this video and subscribe to see plenty more videos to come. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.